In this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit more about navigating at the command line system and some other things that are useful to know. So we've talked about the file structure. We said the file structure starts at the slash, that is the root. So when you are moving around the system, we talked about the cd command in a previous podcast. Cd is change directory. That's how you move around in the system. When you're moving around in the system and accessing files, you need to tell the system which file you want to access or where you want to change directories to. And within that context, there are two different ways you can do that. One is called a full path, which a full path is the full path from the root. So example, a full path, if I wanted to go to my home directory from the root, a full path would be cd/home/rbe1234. That is a full path to get me to my home directory. It is a full path because it starts with a slash. So if anybody ever asks you how can you tell if it's a full path, it starts at the slash. So that is one way to do it. Another way you can do things is with a relative path. A relative path is relative to where you currently are. How do you find out where you currently are? Well, the pwd command will show you where you currently are located in the file system. So I did pwd. It shows me I'm in home RBE120000. That's my home directory. So if I wanted to switch directories to another home directory, say the EC2 user directory, because that's my other directory, I can do that in two ways. If I want to do a full path, I could do it that way to do a full path. However, if I wanted to do a relative path, I could do it this way. And now I'm in the EC2 user directory. So you may be thinking, what is that ... nonsense you just did? Well, ... basically means take me one level up. So right now I'm in the pwd directory. So if I just wanted to go one level up, if I cd ... that takes me up. So now I'm in the home directory. I also could have just done cd/home. So ... means the next level up. So let's say, for example, we're in some long drawn out directory like this. So if I wanted to get to the etc init.d directory from here, I could do cd ... // init.d. And now I'm in the init.d directory. So what did that mean? That meant take me from this directory, take me up one level, so put me back in the sysconfig directory. The first two dots took me up one level to sysconfig. The next two dots took me up one more level back to etc. And then I put init.d. So basically I said, take me up one level, take me up another level, take me back down into init.d. So that's basically what the two dots are. The two dots mean take me up to my parent directory up one level. It may seem confusing right now. I can't really think of anything else to say about it. They'll make it less confusing. You just need to practice using it. So right now, if I'm in the init.d directory, I'll do cd ... That gets me back up to etc. ... gets me back up to root. So if I do that, I'll be at the root directory. But now, say I want to go to home, to my home directory. So that got me to my home directory. So this is the ... Would I ever actually do it that way? No. If I was in a completely separate place, I would not use ... to go to /home. I would just use the full path, right? Because that's easier. But sometimes, if you are several levels down and you want to go to another like peer directory, you'll use it a lot. So my example of here, I'm in this directory. I may want to go to some other directory under sysconfig. So I don't think I talked about tab completion. Tab completion is where it will try to figure out what you want to do if you press tab. So with tab completion, if I was looking to go to the network-scripts directory, I could type part of network, hit the tab. It goes to the point where it can't figure out what I want. So there are two choices to start with network. So it wants more input from me. I I happen to know I want to network scripts, so in this case I gotta hit dash tab to finish it. If you don't know what you want, you can hit tab twice and it'll show you your options. So in this case I go, oh, I'll go network dash scripts. Say I get down there and I look and I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. I meant to go into networking. Now I could do cd .. networking. Networking. You're using the ... to go up one level, and then the tab to complete my command. So that's the ... the parent directory. There's another usage of something similar. The single dot means the current directory. So single dot means the current directory. So if I do a pwd, that shows I'm in the etc sysconfig networking directory. Say I wanted to look at the permissions on that directory. I could do ls-l, right? If I put the dot, it's going to show me, sorry, ld. If I put the dot, it's going to show me the current directory's permissions. So if I were to put, yeah. So that's what I want to know, the directory's permissions, and that showed me the permissions of that directory. So dot means the current directory. We'll also use a dot when we get to running scripts to tell it to run the script in the current directory. So dot means current directory. The ... means the parent directory. The book went through the section where we talked about wildcards. I had done some wildcards in the past we do star. So let's see what files I have. I don't have any. I'm going to go to my home directory. I don't know why I typed ls-ld cd. I wanted a cd. So I have some files in here. Say I wanted to look at all the files that were module 0. I could do ls module 0 and then star. That's going to show me everything that starts with module 0. Another wildcard the book talks about is the question mark. The question mark will replace any single character. So where the star will replace any group of characters, the question mark will do any single character. So in this case I have two scripts, script 1 and script 2. If I do script question mark, that's going to just show me those two, script 1 and script 2. So let's say if I had a file called script 33, that question mark's not going to show me script 33. How about if I put two question marks? What's that going to do? Is that going to show me script 1 and 2 and 33, or just script 33? Just script 33. So I almost never actually use the question mark. I almost always use the star because that usually gives me what I'm looking for. So that's some wildcard characters to make things easier. Commands in Chapter 2 we haven't covered yet. Make dir. I've done it before. That's how you create a directory. Give it the directory name. So this is my home directory, so I'll create a directory called scripts. Scripts. Alright, now I have a directory called scripts. I have a scripts directory. I want to copy my files to the scripts directory. Right, so I'll copy script star. Right, remember it's going to copy everything to my scripts directory. I'm going to get an error message because it's going to say scripts as a directory, because in reality the scripts is going to match this, so it's going to try to copy, but it's going to fail. So it didn't copy the directory. So now if I do ls scripts, I have my scripts in my scripts directory. The another command we can do is the remove command. So in this case I copied those scripts over to the scripts directory, so I don't want them in the current directory anymore. So I'm going to do remove script star. Is that going to be a good idea? Is that going to delete my directory too? Oh, it's going to ask me yes, yes, yes. And it didn't remove directories. Remove doesn't delete directories unless you do something tricky, which I don't know if I should show you guys yet or not, because I don't know if you're ready for that kind of... with awesome power comes awesome responsibility. I'm not sure if you guys are ready for that yet. So anyway, if I do ls now, my scripts are gone. I look in my file, my scripts are there. I know what you're thinking, that's pretty annoying. There's no other way to do that better. Yeah, there is. Say I I didn't like having my directory name scripts. I wanted to call it shell scripts. Now I can let me cd into scripts. Combining some of the things we talked about, instead of copying, I can move the files. Script star .. says, hey, take me up to my parent directory. Go back down to shell scripts. So now I did the move command, and I moved my scripts from the scripts directory to the shell scripts directory. So that was make dir. Remove dir removes. I'm going to copy my scripts back up to the parent directory because I don't want to accidentally lose them. So there I did copy script star to .. So that said make a copy, put them in the parent directory, so my scripts are back in the parent directory. So you can remove directories with the remove dir command. Remove dir command. Remove dir. So that got rid of my scripts directory. I try to remove dir shell scripts. It says the directory is not empty. So in theory, it wants me to go into the directory, do a remove of all the files. Ugh. Do a remove of all the files. It's asking me if I want to remove the regular file. If you want to have it remove the file without asking you, you can do remove -F to force it. Just get rid of the file. Stop asking me questions. I told you to get rid of the file, right? So now the files are gone. So now if I go back up, I can do a remove dir shell scripts. Right, so now the directory's gone. One other thing we can do. This is the awesome responsibility. I wasn't sure if I could show you, should show you yet or not. Make dir new dir, just for fun. Copy some files into it. So now I have some files in my new dir. If I try to remove dir, new dir, what's going to happen? Oh, you can't do that. It's not empty. You know, so you can use the rm command with a -R for recursive and -F for force, and it will remove that directory and the files. So that's how you can get rid of that if you want to like kill things. That command can be dangerous. Recursive means delete everything under this. So if you happen to accidentally run something like this, remove -RF/, it will kill it. Funny story. I was teaching Linux server class a few years back, and I had on the midterm some questions such as, what would this command do? And it actually said, do not actually run the commands. Just tell me what the output of the command would be, or what would happen as a result of the command. And this was one of the commands I put on there, and somebody actually ran it, and it pretty much hosed his entire system. So I didn't intentionally put that command in there, but it worked out to catch a somebody that was doing what they shouldn't have been done. So I thought that was kind of funny.